In this video, we're going to learn how to make your name or a phrase in neon lights. It will look something like this. Let's get started. So we're going to get to our iPads, turn them on with the power button, swipe up to get them open, and first thing that we're actually going to do is we're going to find a brick wall photo on your iPad, and you're going to look in the camera roll. So that's right down here. If you can find your brick photo, great. You're going to tap on it, and then you're going to click the share button, and then you're going to share it to Procreate. That will get you started. If you don't see a brick wall, ask Mrs. Parham to airdrop one to your iPad. To receive an airdrop, what you're going to do is you're going to either go to Settings, General, Airdrop, everyone for 10 minutes. That will help let you accept an airdrop. Alternatively, you can swipe down and you can click on this right here and make sure that everyone for 10 minutes is clicked. Now we're going to open up Procreate. It's importing my brick wall, and I'm going to go and I'm going to rename my brick wall by tapping on the name right here, and then I'm going to rename to your first and your last name and your period number. Period 1. I'm going to click on the numbers and 1 and click done. Open your brick wall. All right, now we're going to get to the fun stuff. First step that you're going to do once you open your brick wall is you're going to darken your brick wall for the nighttime effect. To duplicate the wall, you're going to tap on, let's get this turned around the right way. You're going to tap on the layers button, the layers panel, find the blue bar, swipe left, duplicate. Now I have 2 layers of the wall. On this upper layer, you're going to darken the layer with a magic wand menu right up here. Then you're going to go to Hue, Saturation, and Brightness. Look down here and you can adjust the brightness menu backward and forward. I suggest somewhere around 30% or so. Next step is you're going to make your wall look realistic, like that the neon lights are lighting up the center of the wall. So you're going to add a mask to this layer. You're going to go up here. You're going to tap on the layer. That pulls up a menu here, and you're going to click on Mask. What this does is it makes it so that you can hide and reveal different parts of your layer. To hide parts of the layer, like this middle part, I want to hide part of the dark layer so that the light layer will show through. So when I'm on the layer mask, I'm going to use black paint and a soft brush, which is in airbrushing. Then I'm going to adjust the size of my airbrush. Well, let's go try somewhere around 30% or so. And then I'm going to change the opacity to about 20% so it only hides part of my brick wall at a time. So now I'm going to paint with the airbrush in the center here on the mask, and it's pretty subtle, but you can see that this inner part is starting to lighten up, and the reason is because I'm hiding part of the dark brick, and doing so it's revealing the layer underneath. So you can see here that the middle part is now lighter. So that's going to help it look like that the brick wall is lit up by the neon. Okay, next step is we're going to add your name or your quote. So first step is you're going to change the selected color to your neon color choice. And in my case, I'm going to do a bright magenta. And I'm going to choose this bright color right up here, the brightest color that I can find. You can go ahead and choose any neon color that you like. Next, we're going to go to the wrench tool up in the upper left-hand corner. Make sure that Add is selected. And your next step is you're going to click on Add Text. Next, you're going to go down here to the bottom and click on this capital A, small a. That's going to give you different choices of fonts, and you can also adjust the size of your text. I want to choose a handwriting cursive script font that is fairly narrow, not bubbly. So I'm going to look down here, and I think I might go with this one right here, and I can adjust that up. If you don't find one that you like, I can airdrop a font to your iPad so that you can find one that you actually enjoy. So I'm going to click, and you would click on Import Font here. I'm going to click on Done. Next step is, we can go back to that. We need to click back on, we're going to edit that text. We're going to go down to the keyboard, show the keyboard, get that back up. And I am going to change this to my name, Mrs. Parham. You can type in a phrase or your name. If you have it on multiple lines, you're going to make multiple text boxes and move them around. I'm going to click on Return. Now we want to adjust that size so it's a lot bigger than it is. So I'm going to go up to the arrow tool, and I can adjust the size. There we go. Of my name, so it's in the center. Maybe make that a little bit smaller. So it's right where that area is lit up by the bricks. Next step is you're going to add a shadow underneath your word. So it looks like it's three-dimensional and it's popping off of your brick wall. So you're going to make sure that your color swatch is turned back to black. I'm going to go to my history where I had a black before. Next, you are going to select your text layer and you're going to duplicate that. So I'm going to swipe right, click on Duplicate. On the lower text, you're going to click on that, and you're going to click on Select. Go back to your Layers menu, tap again. This time, let's see here. Oh, we're still on. We need to rasterize that first. Next step, we'll rasterize it. That way we can change the color. Tap on it one more time. This time we're going to fill the layer. Now it's a little hard to see, but that bottom layer is now black. I'm going to use the arrow tool, and I'm going to slide that black layer down below it and to the right. Maybe right about there. Now what we want to do is we want to soften that layer, blur it out a little bit so it looks more natural. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up to the magic wand, choose Gaussian blur, and we're going to take our Apple pencil here and we're going to slide it to the right. Let's do that again. I went a little bit too slow on that. Gaussian blur. See that 0%? I'm going to slide it to the right, and you can see that that number is increasing. So it blurs it more and it blurs it less. I'm going to go somewhere right about 5 or 6%. I think would be good. Maybe 8% at the most. I think I'll leave it right there. Now it looks more like your neon letters are popping off of your brick wall. Next step is we're going to add neon tubes to your letters. To do that, we're going to go up, click on New Layer. I'm going to move that layer right up to the top there. Now I'm going to use my neon color that I was using before, which was magenta. I'm going to go up to the brush menu. I'm going to look for luminance. Choose light pen. Now I'm going to draw on, make sure I'm on layer 6, which will be right on the top, and I'm going to draw right over the name. I'm not going to cross over the letters, so I'm going to need to zoom in here, and I'm going to draw with my light pen. Let's make sure that is showing. Oh, that is showing there. What is happening here? Okay, let's make that a little bit lighter. Here we go. Let's make that brush size a little bit bigger. There we go. Now we're getting this nice glow effect around it. So I'm going to make that bigger. And let's try this. Much nicer. I'm going to go right around so it looks like it's glowing. I'm going to lift up my pencil every once in a while just in case I make a mistake like that. Then I can double tap or 2-finger tap, go right back over my letters. I'm going to lift up. That way if I need to undo, I don't need to undo too much of it. Lift up. And I'm going to go right over these letters. Actually connect these so the tubes look like they're right together. Well, let's see what this looks like. Yeah, I think I'm going to connect that there. Come back over here. Connect that. I'm lifting up my pencil every once in a while so that if I need to double tap, I don't need to go back too far in my process. Bring that right over there. See, I don't want that, so I'm going to 2-finger tap. It's going to undo my last move there. Now we're getting a neon glow. Okay, I'm going to go back in to my layers panel, make one new layer. I'm going to go right up here, get my neon color. This time I'm going to choose a lighter neon color. This is going to be my tube on top. Make sure you're on a new layer in case you need to adjust it. I'm going to bring this right down here, make that a little bit smaller. Let's test out this size. Okay, here we go. That is a little bit too light, so I'm going to undo and we'll go back. Let's try this color here. A little bit too light. Let's try going back just a little bit here. Okay, so now I'm going to turn down my opacity. There we go. So let's try, let's try about 70%. There we go. Then we're getting the neon tube effect. And I want to get the right size, so I'm going to kind of play around with it. What we don't want to do is loop over, like overlap it, because tubes don't do that. So we're going to go right over this. Okay, so on this part we're going to go around, we're going to release and lift up. Go right around, there we go. We forgot to put a neon glow on that one. Let's see if I could press hard and get a little glow around that. Okay, right down. Make sure that we're not bringing our pen back up. We don't want a double tube there. I'm going to bring that right down. Okay, you can kind of see that. I don't want that overlap, so I'm going to tap to undo. Go right around, release, pick it back up on the other side, release, Oh, I see I have a little overlap there. So I'm just gonna go around that way. That's better. There we go. 2-finger tap to undo. Looking pretty good. Okay, so now we got to add the power chord. So we're going to add a new layer, change our color to black. This time we're going to go down, choose calligraphy, monoline, and we're going to play with the size here a little bit. Whoops, let's redo that. We're going to play with the size of our monoline. So I'm looking at this, I'm thinking I might need to increase the size of my monoline. Okay, I like that as a power chord. So let's undo that. I'm going to bring the power chord all the way from the outside in, and it is going to connect right up. Now you can see that went right over the tube, and I do not want it to go over the tube. So I'm going to choose my layers. I'm going to bring this right underneath the let's see, above the shadow. So we're going to go about, I think, let's see, right there. So it'll be underneath Mrs. Parham, but it'll be above the shadow. Okay, now I'm going to continue on that layer, and we want to connect the power chord from underneath the S. It's going to loop down because gravity is dropping that down, and then it's going to loop down like that, connect up with a P, and we're going to bring it back down, loop it up to the A. Now we're at the end of the word here, so we're going to drop it down. Gravity is getting that chord to hang down. Okay, we got to make that power chord look realistic because it does not look realistic now. I'm going to slide to the left, duplicate that layer. The layer that's on the bottom, we're going to make that layer into a drop shadow. We're going to click on the arrow button so we can move it. We're going to slide the second one down to the right, down low and to the right. A little hard to see right now, so we're going to use the magic wand, Gaussian blur, slide our pencil, and you can see now that is blurring. Blurs a lot, blurs a little. Let's try for maybe about 7 or 8% so it'll match the shadow underneath the glow. Tap on layers, go to your top layer now. This is the actual chord, not the shadow. So we're going to tap once, alpha lock it, and what alpha lock does is you can only now paint where there's already ink on your page, so right where the chord is. I'm going to go up to my color, choose my magenta. For the brushes, I'm going to go down to airbrushing and choose soft brush. Now, I'm going to think about where on the chord would it be lit up from the sign. So it would be lit up right here from the sign. Now, if I spray, let's make sure I'm on that layer, turn up my opacity. If I spray right here, I sprayed a lot. That does not look realistic at all. So I'm going to spray with my airbrush very gently. Let's turn down the opacity a little bit. I'm very light pressure here, and you can see that it's starting to light up. Now it's going to be, of course, lit more where it's closer to your neon tube. I'm going to bring down my size a little bit here. Okay, so it's very much lit up here. Now as we go farther away, maybe there's a glow from this coming over here, so I'm going to actually bring my pencil out to the side, and the overspray is getting right there on the tube. I'm going to bring it down a little bit. Maybe there's a little bit of highlight here, and I bet it's landing over here on this side. So I'm going to light up this right where the neon glow would be naturally falling on my cord, maybe on the top here a little bit, and fading off to the side. So now that's starting to look realistic. Thinking maybe a little bit, we want to light it up a little bit there. That looks pretty good. Appears a little bit round or flat looking, so I might need to go spray a little bit of black right in there. Let's see how that goes. Because I don't want it, there we go. I don't want it to be solid magenta bright. Just switch back to my magenta color, and right in here we were really lit up. It's glowing off there. We're really lit up from here and here, and then this is shining right over here, so I'm going to light this up a bit. Notice I'm drawing out here, but it's really a soft spray, so it's spraying onto my cord. And right here at the top, it's definitely getting lit up from here. So I'm going to spray here on the top. And there's a lot of light happening in here, so I'm going to glow right off there, right around on the top. I'm going to go over it again a couple times so we get a real nice gradation there. I'm going to be patient. There we go. You can see it's starting to get lit up. Starting to look realistic. Oh, I like how that's turning out. We'll go on this side. Definitely, naturally, we're getting some glow over here. It's shining down, so I'm going to spray my soft brush, my airbrush, soft brush, right in here where there would naturally be more light. And it's also shining on this side. I'm lifting up my pencil every once in a while. That way I can undo easily. I really want it to glow from here because there's a little bit of soft glow underneath. This is really shining over on this side. Let's see. Let's see how it's looking here. That looks pretty good. I think I need a little bit more. It's shining over here, so let's get this spot lit up. Get that realistic looking in there. Let's see, it's brighten that up a little bit. Oh, I like it. Okay, I think I'm missing a little bit here. So I want to kind of spray where it would naturally, whoops. That's a little bit too bright. 2-finger tap to undo that. Lifting up my pencil every once in a while so I can undo my little mistakes there if I don't like my pressure on my pencil. A little bit more here. There we go. I like it. Okay. Ready to turn in.